Hello, welcome back to your money team.
Okay, so what do we make? We make a whole hopping $681 per month.
So the difference here is 681?
Yes.
Okay. So again, help me because I'm playing dumb here. The guy came in with the 40K difference.
Yes.
On that 40K, he's making 681.
Correct.
And the guy that he's getting the house because he put in the 60.
Yes.
He's paying $2,400 a month in rent.
Yes.
Wow.
And on top of that, this guy's going to be renting from you for 3 years. He's agreed to buy the house back for $433,916. So that turns into $433,916.
I'll just do 433. So,
433.
So our original buyer says, you know what? I can't buy the house for $400. He got turned down.
That's right.
He got turned down at the bank. He said, I can't buy it. He only had $60K. You fill in with the $40K.
Correct.
Tell the guy, say, look, you're going to have to pay $2,400 a month in rent.
Yes.
There's $681 profit for this guy. But this guy then says, you know what? You're going to get to buy this house for $433.
Correct. And that tenant owner will be more than happy to do that because during that time, he's going to get his finances all fixed up. Get his credit rebuilt up, and then he's going to re-enter into the bank, and then he's going to buy it back for $433.
Right.
And guess what? You're making 24% per year.
Which guy is?
You are, as an investor.
Oh, the investor.
The investor who actually buys the house for this person who's selling it back to them for $433K. They're going to be generating a return of $24,000, or better yet, a clear profit of $44,906.
So that's the red guy, I think. So that's 24%. Now, I got to tell you, that sounds almost too good to be true to be making 24% return. Are there problems? Are there pitfalls? Or why isn't everyone doing rent to owns? I mean, it sounds like the old saying, it's too good to be true. So.
Oh, absolutely. When I got into this business, like I mentioned before, there was a lot of problems with these files. A lot of times the files aren't underwritten properly. If they're generated from, let's say, an existing owner, you really don't know what the value of the house is. We kind of took it to a different approach. We took it to a next level up, something that the entire finance industry could actually work with.
Okay. So
we make sure that we get appraisals done up front so we know exactly what the value is. So a $400K house is not really a $360K house in disguise. Okay. We have to validate, make sure the value's there. We get a home inspection.
You would use the same appraisers a bank would use?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we tend to use only bank appraisers because we want to know exactly what the real value is and it's not been fudged.
Okay.
Okay. We get a home inspection done to it. We want to make sure there's no cracks in the foundation, we don't have any problems on the roof, the windows are rotting, or there's issues with electricals, you have knob and tube wiring in the house, or issues of plumbing. There's a lot of problems on houses. These things uncover it.
So you're saying that the person that injects the $40,000, he's really the owner then?
Yes, he becomes the owner.
He becomes the owner with the tenant that basically gave him the $60K. So,
Absolutely.
So the real owner is the investor, and then in 3 years, title will be changed to.
Correct. Yes. They would actually exit out, and they would actually purchase the property back from the investor. Now, for the investor, they don't know who these people are, okay, really. They could be anybody off the street.
Okay.
How do they know they're going to buy it? Are they qualified to purchase a $400K house?
Sure.
Can they buy a $433 house? We do a lot of due diligence, okay? We do the same due diligence like a regular bank would when you walk in. I'm going to want to know exactly what your credit's going to be like. We're going to be pulling credit bureaus on you. We're going to be asking for income docs, so you're going to have to prove if you're making $80,000 a year, come in with a job letter. Come in with the actual pay stubs. Come in with the T4s and NOAs.
Sure. Just standard.
We've got it all. Okay.
But this same amount of paperwork, basically the bank turned them down. You're kind of accepting them. So is that not risky? Why? I mean, if the banks aren't doing it, why are you doing it?
Well, the banks don't do it because there's compliance reasons. Now, investors do it for one reason. Profit.
The banks,
risk and returns.
Banks want to make money too, but
Exactly.
I think it's they answer to the higher power kind of thing.
Absolutely, they can't charge what we do as an investor because we are taking risks. But what I say, it's calculated risk. And how we do it, we actually send the entire file, the entire due diligence to our investors. So they actually take a look. Hey, these people really are making it. And, what we try to do is we try to provide an investment for, the social responsible investors. The guys want to invest with a social conscience.
Sure.
And a lot of times, there's reasons why they can't qualify. It could be your brother. It could be your neighbor. Anybody. Your wife is sick with cancer. She's off for a good 12 months. Guess what? Your credit is tainted after that. You just got laid off from your job. You've been off for a couple of months. Guess what? You're not paying your bills.
Things like character, like things that are not necessarily financial.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not always the guys who don't pay their bills. It's the guys who can't pay their bills. Not because they don't want to. Something has happened to their lives.
Yeah.
And these are fellow Canadians. And, I look at the amount of power of sales that's happening in Canada right now. There's a huge opportunity for a lot of investors to actually enter into this market. Like Carmen says, interest rates are very low right now.
Sure are.
Okay? What's a better time not, to invest other than now?
All right. Guy, we got to talk more, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on Your Money and Real Estate.